Morning, everyone. So, watching Alibaba. We're in at the $0.50. So if it breaks, I'm giving it 30 cents. It's 26 on the average true range. I'm just going to get out here. 93.21. Low 93.20 on the ask, and I'm out. Yeah. There we go. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. Just getting the stream all ready. And away we go. Hey John, how are we doing, guys? Need to get rid of all these lines. EMVB, yeah, popped up 235, coming down again there, so probably not. Yesterday's IPO, it's trying to make a move to the upside. So that's CWD, Alabacos, we'll figure. We do have a couple of IPOs today. So AZTR, which is a company called Azitra. That's due to launch today, we'll see, so worth keeping an eye on. And SDA, which is a company called Suncare Technology, which is a SPAC merger, I believe. Oh, small stock just about to break that $2 threshold. Testing it, at least. Morning, Mike. So this is Wang and Lee Group, another one of those Chinese stroke Hong Kong companies. And we've got Forget Me Not. Low price or Freight Technologies. So lower price stock, made a bit of a pop. Xela not got the volume yet. Xela yesterday was exactly the same, no volume, and then it had a nice little pop at the open. So let's see if we get a similar kind of situation today. Hey Alistair, hope you're ready for a new day, ready to make some profits. Be patient. Not a lot moving right now. We're getting this last week or so. We've had basically pre-market is been tepid, and we've had to wait until the open before we get any significant movement. So it probably will be like that a little while. Definitely, Alistair. Good green day today. So these tepid pre-markets, you're not going to get the big moves. So probably best just to stay away from them. Wait till the open, unless you get a move or a stop with a good catalyst. Right now, we're not seeing anything moving with a good catalyst. Take two did move. Take two was a good move yesterday after hours. And I called this out in the Discord as one to watch after hours. I didn't trade it, I was watching the football. So, but if you look at this, how this moved after hours on the earnings, of course, you get the customary liquidity grab before then moving up with the news on the earnings report. That's a good $15 move for 125 to 140. So 15-point move after hours yesterday on take two. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't stick around to trade it. But look, there'll be more earnings reports. There'll be more stock moves. Let's take two. Yeah, so there's your liquidity grab before it then moves up. I think I was actually talking about that on the on yesterday's morning session. How trading earnings, you've got to watch for that liquidity. You see, it's a common practice. You get the liquidity grab, it's a moderate move to the opposite side of which way it actually will go when the earnings drop. So Wang Li did break that $2 level just briefly. Went up to kind of 206. It's up 56% on the day. Let's have a look why. If there's a catalyst. I've seen a lot of these Chinese stocks moving without catalysts of the last while, so there might not actually be one. No, there isn't one. No company specific news. This move, why it's 56% up on the day. $15 million outstanding shares. Oh, yeah. Probably not something I trust just yet. But if you're in it, if you're trading it, good luck. I hope you make an absolute fortune. Hey Phil, I'm a bit sleepy today. I've got to be honest. I'm not feeling very energized at all. You can shut up as well. Canadian Solar breaking highs. Not great volume at all, so it's not tradable at this volume, but breaking highs. Clear one, yeah, just nothing really jumping out. Probably the biggest mover is Wang and Lee. Well, she does show the tendency to do that. She just sat basking in the sunshine. Nice day. Let's see. Anything that you want me to take a look at while we're here? So let's have a look at the market. The market's sort of green, just barely green, but it's green at the moment. It's pulling back a little bit. So if you look at this on the kind of 5, you can see overnight there was a gap up, a little bit of a move up, but then a pull back down. Still just I mean, a good solid green day yesterday after Biden announced about the debt ceiling. We're not going to, not going to default. So look, they were never going to default. They're just going to raise the debt ceiling at some stage and not default. That's all they're going to do. He'll just use one of his executive orders to do it if he has to. So yeah, Wang and Lee breaking highs here. Top mover today. It's the top momentum stock on my picks today, right now. Anybody watch the football last night? Got to be honest, I wasn't expecting such a show of dominance from Man City. I mean, if they can continue playing like that, the treble is a formality. What broker do I use? I recommend. I'm not trading futures, Scott, and I use Capital Markets Elite Group. There's if you go to my profile, there's a link in my profile. It says Linktree, the TikTok trade. It's got all the tools I use, the brokers, the platform, the scanners, everything in there. So you just go check it out. So this is equities, not futures, by the way. I suppose it depends where you're located. So if you're trading CFDs, the advantage of trading CFDs in, let's say, in Europe, in the UK or Ireland, is it's tax-free. It's classed as gambling. Well, it is. It's gambling. So you can trade CFDs and not have to pay any kind of tax because you're not actually buying the asset. So there is no capital gains or anything to pay because you've not bought an asset. Basically, you're just betting one way or the other which way the price is going to go, and that's the whole thing with CFDs. Contract for difference is it's gambling. It's betting on the price action, is what it is. But a lot of bookmakers are offering that. Say bookmakers. That's not strictly true. It depends on it depends where you actually reside in terms of what your tax liabilities are. So if you are trading, regardless of where you are, because the tax laws in Canada are different to the US, and in fact even in the US they're different from state to state. So get yourself a good accountant and he can advise you accordingly. In Europe, the tax laws are different from nation to nation. So the tax laws are different in Germany than they are in France, and then they are in the UK, than they are in Ireland. So it depends where you're located as to what your tax liabilities actually are. In the UK, CFDs are tax-free. The contract for difference, it's classed as gambling. It goes under betting regulations rather than stock market regulations. So if you're trading CFDs, it's if you're trading futures, you'll get a tax bill. But if you're trading CFDs, you'll get it's tax-free in the UK. But it's the same with anything. If you're trading equities, if you trade whatever you trade, if you're making profits from anything, the taxman's going to come calling. And wherever you are, depending on your jurisdiction as well. If you're in a tax haven like the Cayman Islands or Cyprus, then you might get away with not paying tax. And, it depends. But like I say, if you're in the UK, maybe set up a limited company in the Isle of Man or in Guernsey or somewhere, and to reduce your tax liabilities. Gibraltar. And it's not expensive to do that. Set up a limited company, and those you do have to pay corporation tax or corporate levels of tax, but they're usually very small. And it's worth doing. So if you use an offshore location for your limited company, tax haven. In the US, they have these. If you're a US citizen, you have to. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're a US citizen, it's difficult to get away with not paying tax. You can be living in. If you're trading the US market and you're living in, Guernsey, you still end up having to pay taxes on it. Yeah, but I just don't trade futures. Yeah, so this is the Wang and Lee. There's no company-specific news catalyst. Let me just have another look. Is there any kind of SEC filings of the last couple of weeks? Is it being artificially pumped? It's not. Oh, there's loads of filings. I've got to sort through these now. Yeah. Nothing jumping out at me there. Let me just have a quick look at Edgar. Edgar might give me some input here. There's a prospectus there from 424 filing from 20th of April. And there's a notice of effectiveness. That's an F1, so that's not really something to worry about. A lot of F1s. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you've got your 424 there from April, but there's no shelf as such. Okay. Well, let's see what else is moving, if anything. Nothing. So we're getting a little bit of for Smurfle. You may recall I said yesterday that there's an offering on this. They've actually released it. They didn't drop that. The price didn't drop that much. I'm quite surprised. Normally you get a what 30% drop when they hit. Excuse me, when they hit the market with an offering, but the price hasn't dropped that much for Smurfle. Smart for life. Went down to kind of 252 from 330, so what's that? 220 would have been 30%. Not too far off. Well, it's a quiet day, guys. Yeah, there's not enough volume on Canadian solar. It keeps breaking highs, but can't trade that. It's not enough volume. Oh, my home again. Flattered to deceive yesterday. Just sold off all day on Tuesday. Had a big day on Monday, but then sold off all Tuesday and then just did nothing yesterday, just sideways. So nothing really happening with that either. Back west. Here, $6 area. Sideways, up on the day slightly, it's like 6%, but not doing anything. What's Schwab doing today? Had a nice steady gain yesterday. Nice, good strong day, and then it sold off after hours. Go figure. Back down around 51s. Take Two Interactive. Really good earnings. It had a good market reaction to the earnings. I wouldn't say it had a good earnings, but it had a really good positive market reaction to the earnings, and that's what you're really looking for, is the market action rather than the actual news itself. What are you guys watching, if anything? I think I'm just gonna go and make myself a nice cup of tea. I know there's not a lot else to do. It's a quiet old morning, guys. Quiet old morning. Futures and forex for me, I don't trade it. I just futures. You're really looking for the trends, depending on what instrument you're trading, but you're looking for the trends. And at the moment, futures is going to be difficult because if you look at, let's just look at the S&P 500 for example. So I'll use the SPY here because this is like the E-mini. It's equivalent to the E-mini on the futures. If you look at this on 60 minutes, for example, how choppy is that? It's just so choppy over the last couple of weeks. Really choppy. Going sideways, not going anywhere, not doing anything. So it's very difficult to trade at the moment. If you look at it on a higher time frame, look at it on the daily. It's not really gone anywhere since the middle of April. It's a range-bound market at the moment. It's very sideways. The overall, we have to go back to October for the bottom of the bear market. We're not yet in a bull market. We've had a bit of a correction, but we're now just range-bound sideways, and it probably will stay like that for a while until we actually do enter another cycle, and it'll either then enter another bear market. Depending on if the US defaults, we'll probably end up with another bear market. But if it doesn't, we end up with a bull market, and they can last a lot longer than the bear markets do. But this is why trading futures at the moment is very difficult. It's very choppy, very sideways. A lot of fake outs, not many breakouts. Intraday, swing trading it again. I'm holding the TQQs, which is the NASDAQ. And it's a leveraged NASDAQ, and I'm making money on that. So well, I'll have a look at that one for you, Clarty, seeing that there's not much else to look at. Yeah, is that they released the offering, did they? Yeah, secondary offering today, 121 million via secondary offering 29.5 million shares at 425. So that's going at 425. Once those shares are bought, you might get a bounce. Yeah, fair enough, Plato. I hope it works out for you. I think you probably see a lot of sideways action right now, but let's see when that gets bought up. We've traded a little over 1 million shares in volume today. It normally does, to put this into perspective, it normally does 2 million shares a day on average. This is EV Go, so it's a EV in the EV space, the electric vehicle space. It normally does 2 million shares a day. So it's probably going to take 2 weeks at that rate to actually get those 30 million shares onto the market. It's going to take some excessive volume just to because of course you've got the regular trading volume with the regular shares that are already out there, which it's got a float already of 72 million. They're adding another 30 million shares, makes it 100 million. So you've got a lot of potentially a lot of shares that have got to get recycled. Because people are still going to want to sell and buy shares that are already out there, that not just the ones that are coming from this secondary offering. So you probably find that this kind of does go sideways quite a while before that offering is complete. Average volume over the last 3 months, Klaatu, is 1.987 million. I don't know where you're getting your numbers from, but Ameritrade I'm getting it from Benzinga, so I don't know if which one's right, but over the last 10 days, I'm looking at the last 3 months. We can look at the last 10 days. Weekly volume, 16 million, 7 million. No, so that's wrong. So over the last over the last 2 weeks, which is like, I've got based on 2 weeks, we've got 16, and so that's this week and last week. So that's, what's that, 4 days? So looking at 9 days, we've got 24 million. So what you're looking at, I think, is the last two is weekly volume. So if that's 25 million over 2 weeks, it works out about like 12.98 million on weekly volume. That sounds more like it, but based on this, the volume's just not. Let's get rid of all these lines. You see the volume here. So this week we've got 17 million there. We've got another 7.5 million there. This is the weekly chart. So we've got 24.5 million. So that would suggest that you're looking at weekly volume rather than daily. Or Ameritrader giving you average weekly volume over the last 2 weeks. But even so, daily volume over the last 3 months. I mean, if you look at this on the daily, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Daily volume. I've had a couple of spikes back in April, where it did 18 million. So, and that was the biggest one. Then we've had a spike there, which is like 18.5 million. Big spike yesterday. In volume, where it did 12 million, did 12.9 million yesterday. Yeah, 12.98 million in volume yesterday. That's not the average. That's what it did yesterday. So the average, as I said, the average is 2 million a day. Oh, too hot, too hot. Yeah, well, let's just have a look at that on a 5 minute. Let's see where the spike in volume was. Was it at the end of the day? Was it a post market? Did we get a spike in volume post market? No. So we're not 5 minute candles. We're not getting any kind of big volume. Big sell off yesterday. No, 500,000. I think the five minute candles, 500,000 is the biggest candle. So, yeah, I think we've got the numbers mixed up. That was yesterday's daily volume, not the average daily volume. The average daily volume is 2 million. Yesterday's daily volume is 12.98. I stand by what I said earlier. But it's going to take. It's going to kind of flat bottom at this level for a while until that offering is complete, give or take. And Veric Biosciences, we just double top there, but it's kind of 235-ish. Wang and Lee still breaking highs. just under half an hour till the opening bell. Walmart had decent earnings though, so you know that was earnings this morning, wasn't it? Walmart had a bit of a pop there with the earnings. So if you put this on the 5, you'll see got the earnings call this morning, and then it popped up. It's moving up on good earnings. That's Walmart. Good earnings report. So look, Kramer can be right from time to time. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. It's not when you get these mid and high cap stocks and they have a good earnings day. It's not difficult to go bullish on it for a couple of days, because they tend to go. They'll start a bullish trend on the back of that, unless there's something else like in the outlook or the forecast going forward at the earning which will supersede the earnings. Then it's not difficult after the earnings come out to then say, look, this is get on this stock. It's going to the moon. When in reality, it's not. I mean, it's had good earnings. It's moved 2%. It's not like Take-Two Interactive. So Take-Two Interactive had good earnings. Oh, God. Hang on a minute. I'm typing into the chart and not onto the. So Take-Two Interactive had good earnings, and it's up 11%. Big difference, and they're a similar price stock. So, you know, $1.20-ish when the earnings came out, $1.15. Yeah, it's SGIM. I'll see if it's here. I'm not sure if it is. It's an ETF. There you go. There's no volume at the moment, but it's called Northern Lights Futures. But it's SJIM. It's the inverse Kramer ETF. So whenever there's a Kramer tweets something like Walmart buy, when he does any kind of clear indication of a buy or a sell, they do the opposite, and it's actually profitable. Go figure. So it's SGIM, the inverse Kramer ETF. I think it was started more of as a meme, but if it's making money, fair enough. It makes you wonder how someone that can be so wrong so frequently actually still gets airtime in terms of the business. He is a living meme now, right? This. Oh, Feds Jefferson says the baseline outlook is not for a recession, but growth has slowed considerably. We had a recession last year and they denied it. The gig pays for psychotic meds. I don't know about his psychotic meds. I'm pretty sure Kramer's laughing all the way to the bank. He's earning a fortune from being wrong. As long as if he continues to be wrong, you will earn more than most of us from being right. Yeah. And that's just what's disclosed there, Clarty. Well, quiet day on the old. Is there anybody on YouTube there? We're not seeing the. Let me just have a quick look. Is anybody? Let's see. Am I getting any comments on YouTube? I've not seen any comments. Yeah, so I've seen loads of comments. I don't know why I'm not getting them. So that's a bit strange. Right, let me just. Sorry about this, guys. I've not on my restream chat. I've not got any comments from YouTube. Let me just see what's going on here. Why is that unlisted? Should be public. There we go. Still not getting the comments though. So let me just go through the comments. I'm just going to restart the YouTube stream. For some strange reason, it's not